What we're about to examine are reports coming directly from a modern battlefield. Using video evidence and, just as importantly, eyewitness accounts, we're going to deconstruct a military campaign on a scale that is, well, it's unprecedented. This is our inside look at the operations, the strategy, and of course, the human cost.
A stark declaration, and it really sets the stage for everything that follows. A systematic, relentless bombardment, one aimed at nothing less than total incapacitation.
The operation, as documented through open-source intelligence and media reports, began with an overwhelming assault, a massive first phase targeting the Iranian capital, Tehran.
You know, the reports coming from the ground painted a picture of a coordinated, multi-pronged attack. The footage that emerged showed massive explosions, fires just erupting across the city's entire vast metropolitan area. It gave the impression of a capital completely engulfed in flames.
And the attacking aircraft? Well, they met virtually no effective resistance. Think about this. Not a single Iranian fighter jet scrambled to intercept. Not one surface-to-air missile, or SAM, was launched. It was complete air superiority established.
Now, these initial waves of strikes, they weren't random, not at all. They were designed with what can only be described as surgical precision to cripple the nation's core infrastructure.
And the targets themselves were incredibly strategic. You had oil depots set ablaze. Mehrabad International Airport, a critical transport hub, was struck. The headquarters of the state broadcaster, along with other government buildings, all reported to be completely destroyed.
This description from an eyewitness on the ground is just visceral. It really illustrates the catastrophic aftermath. Burning fuel from those ruptured oil depots reportedly flooded through the streets, turning urban corridors into conduits of fire. It created truly apocalyptic scenes for the residents.
And here's what really speaks to the technological dominance at play. Tehran's air defense systems were activated. They were online. But they were completely unable to intercept a single incoming threat. So as the bombardment pushed into its second week, the impact on the civilian population, well, it became truly staggering. Just look at the numbers. In the first 9 days alone, official reports cited over 1,230 people killed.
But within that larger number is a truly chilling statistic. Reports detailed 2 separate missile strikes that hit schools. And together, those strikes resulted in the deaths of 340 schoolgirls and staff.
The scope of the damage to non-military sites was just immense. We're talking about over 3,600 civilian locations that reportedly suffered damage. This includes hospitals, cultural landmarks like the Golistan Palace, and even, tragically, the city's main burn treatment facility, which was rendered completely inoperable.
But this level of devastation wasn't without a stated purpose. According to the source material, official statements began to point toward a very clear strategic objective behind all this escalating force.
This quote from the Israeli Prime Minister really frames these relentless attacks as a calculated effort, an effort designed to induce a systemic collapse from within Iran itself.
And what this really illustrates is an evolution of the mission's goals. You see, what reportedly began with the objective of degrading military and nuclear capabilities, well, that escalated. It escalated into a full-scale effort to topple the existing government. So as the bombardment continued, and the scale of destruction was documented on video and in these harrowing eyewitness reports, it all started to create one single overarching question about the conflict's final outcome. The reports describe a situation of just sustained, relentless assault. Wave after wave, explosions continued day and night, with strikes hitting eastern, western, northern, and southern parts of the capital. For the civilian population, the reality was stark. There was simply nowhere left to go.
And so we're left with this single defining question. As this organized plan to destabilize the country unfolds with such devastating force, can Iran's regime possibly survive this level of devastation? Can it withstand an apocalyptic onslaught and prevent a total collapse?